Okay, this is Brent from tradeguild.blogspot.com, and we're going to pick up where we left off on some long positions. The next one we're going to pull up is RADS, and this is Radiant Systems, which is Business Software and Services. And this is a similar pattern to, what was it, LMNX, I believe. So let's take a look. We have this nice big run up here, big spike on volume, a couple last week actually, and a pullback on lighter volume here, which has formed this kind of consolidation pattern. Maybe it's a pennant, maybe it's going to be a rectangle, maybe it's going to be a bull flag. It's hard to say, but anyway, it looks pretty good, and it's showing some relative strength here today. It closed basically unchanged, and I think it looks pretty good. You can see money stream here is in a huge leading divergence. It's really, woof, man, that thing is all-time highs, it looks like. So even though price has been quite a bit higher, up to about $15, money stream is just flying. Time segmented volume down here in the bottom looks very good, and BOP is confirming the buying. So Radiant Systems looks pretty good. That's one to keep an eye on. Let's take a look at MIND, M-I-N-D, which is Mitcham Industries Inc. This is industrial equipment and wholesale. It's kind of an interesting little pattern. I'm kind of looking for bases to buy. I bought OCPI today on the deep discount. But this looks like kind of an inverted head and shoulders bottom. There's a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder. And here we are sitting right below this kind of neckline here, which is resistance. And that 50-day moving average in yellow is starting to flatten out. You can see we got the bump up over in this area. Let me clear that screen. We got the bump up in this area on good volume, the pullback on lighter volume, a bump on good volume. So it's down, 3% today, but the market's pretty messy. So I think this is one to keep an eye on. Maybe you want to get in now and have a stop here, below 13, or maybe you want to wait for the breakout. That's going to do it for the long positions. Let's take a look at some shorts. And first up is BID, which is Sotheby's Holding. And this was featured on the Warden report tonight for anybody who's a Telechart user. If you're not a Telechart user, don't miss your opportunity. Go take a 30-day free trial. You can link to it right from our website. Don't forget to tell them we sent you. And I think you'll really enjoy it. You get the Warden report every night with lots of great ideas. And this was one of them. So what we basically saw here, this is kind of a classic short setup. A big breakdown on big volume, kind of a little pseudo rally on diminishing volume, and it actually broke down today, but this has got a lot of downside left to it. I think easily we could be retesting the June lows here around $23. So here's what it looked like today. Broke down with the market. Maybe tomorrow we get a little bargain hunting early in the morning. It's definitely one to keep your eye on, I think. Next up is XPRSA, which is U.S. Express Trucking, and we've been mentioning this one on the short list now for a long time, and it broke down today 5.35%. If you are in this stock, and I think some of you are because I know we've had it on the blog for a while, definitely just let this run. Let's see how far it's going to go. I don't know if maybe the gasoline prices are going to come down a little bit. Maybe that's going to help trucking. I don't know, but this one looks like it's in some trouble. So let that winner run, cut your losers short, and let's take a look at ARRS. And somebody brought this to me on the tag board today, and this looks like a great short position, I think. It actually broke down almost 5% today. But let's see where this rising window, falling window gap is. Well, it closed the gap, but which is a little bit bullish. But I think this is, just a great short. I would have a stop probably around 12.20, 12.30. Take a look at money stream here. It's really ugly. See how it's just in this huge leading divergence. It's way down here around $5. It's as low as it's been in a couple years, it looks like. So. Very ugly. If we look a little bit closer, you can see BOP's got a whole bunch of selling that was into this rally, and nothing happened. There's no accumulation there. I think this is a loser. I think it's gone. I think, if you can jump in short, if you get, a little opportunity, a little strength in the morning tomorrow, take a look at ARRS. Next up is MTH, and this is one of the home builders. And I've been watching home builders. I mean, as soon as I started this blog, my first short recommendations were the home builders because of this big head and shoulders top, and that was back in February. So it's been a crazy ride a little bit here, but they broke down hard, and it looked like they were doing something here. I didn't quite know what to make of it, but it looked like a little pennant formation, and I would think it's a continuation pattern. Anyway, continuation being the downside. Anyway, it broke down today 5.28%. I think there's probably quite a bit more room here if we kind of zoom out and take a look. I think you could see a stock like this trading in the 20s within a year or so. So keep an eye on that. TTMI is a stock I've been short in. I took profits and got out of it when it melted down back here, and then I think I got out of the rest of it somewhere up here. Anyway, it's back at that neckline. It's having trouble. I'd consider a short there and maybe have a stop at like 13.50 or something like that. VLO I showed you before, so I'm not going to show you again. And next up is Garmin, GRMN. And let's see what we got going on here. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's the uptrend. It's just kind of fading away. The 50-day moving averages, you can see, is starting to flatten out. 22-day moving average has crossed. I don't know how I got a pink marker. Ugh. Anyway, the 22-day moving average is crossed below this 50 over here. And it looks like it broke down today. Right here at that 50-day moving average. So if you can find a space to get short in Garmin, I think the first test is going to probably be about $40. After that, we could possibly see it down here around 35. So keep an eye on Garmin. And let's see, I think finally I want to show you Rio. And Rio is one of two long-term shorts I've been looking at. The other is AL. And what I see here is a big head and shoulders top, more or less. It's a complex top. It starts back here, over here. And here's one of the things you look for. It's a defining characteristic of head and shoulders or top formations. Coming off of the high of the head, coming off here, you look for big volume. And there it is. Stock's melting down, and from now on you look for less volume on these uptrends over here. So if we take the measuring implications here around $20, the neckline around 28, so we take that $8 from 20 brings us down to $12 over here. That's the typical measuring implications. Do they always work? No, but it's just a rule of thumb, a rough guide to go by. Anyway, so steel has had some strength the last couple of days, and I suggest using that strength the other day to go ahead and short them. So, if you had gotten short already yesterday, you're already a little profit. I don't know whether this goes up and makes a high up here with this shoulder. I would give it at least that much space if you're going to go ahead and get short. This is a long-term position, one that you want to keep adding to as it moves in your direction, because that's one of the great things about shorts. And look at my website, tradeguild.blogspot.com, for an article called How to Make More Than 100% on a Short, because you can do that. Most people don't understand that. They think your profit potential is limited in a short. It's not. As the short moves down in your margin account, money keeps being added into your account, unlike a long position where you need to cash out to get that money. With a short position, it's added into your account. You can keep shorting it. So if it breaks down and it goes to 18 and you have $4 profit on 100 shares, that's $400 available to you. I'm not sure what the margin requirements, how much it actually works out to be, but you have more money available to you. You short it again at 18, you increase your position, it goes down to 14, you do it again. So you can make more than 100% on a short. Rio looks like a short to me. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for listening. Check out our tag board at tradeguild.blogspot.com for live chat, lots of ideas there. And that'll do it for tonight. Thanks a lot. Good night.